maybe in like 1995 or 6.
I was born in 96.
Mike Kenny today I think Mike Kenny moved here with you, right?
Yeah.
95 and 96? Do you remember?
95.
So, but the night I remember it quite distinctly because I was sitting on a bar stool and I looked over to the entrance and walked this guy with a bass case on his back. And he walked right up to the side of the stage and all of a sudden jamming with the band, and that was Brad. He was freshly back in town from his time at Berkeley School of Music, and I guess he was trying to like prove himself or whatever.
He still is.
And I was like, who's that guy with that fresh haircut? His hair, his style was like pretty much exactly the opposite of what it is now. It took a while for Brad and I to become close, probably maybe a few years or something, but bit by bit we checked each other out, a little here, a little there. And after many beers we realized we were digging the vibe, and before we knew it, we basically had each other laughing our asses off on a regular basis. It was, ever since then, it just kind of hasn't stopped. So I think this is definitely one of Brad's best assets from my perspective, is like his humor is completely relentless. Around this time, it seemed we were always around a large group of friends, and before we knew it, it was like party after party and gig after gig and albums after albums. Basically, I'm assuming people know that Brad is a musician. So I remember an old group I had at one time. Sorry, I have to write this down because it's just kind of complicated. So yeah, I had this group and we hired Brad to play bass, and but it didn't last that long because my associate didn't want to hire Brad again after this one gig where we had many drinks, and Brad started yelling at the promoter and telling him to go screw himself relentlessly. We were talking about this story the other night.
Stays are over.
He kind of maybe didn't want me to talk about it, but I didn't really care that he was reaming out this promoter, because I don't really like the music industry much anyways. But my partner wasn't really that into it, so that was over. After this time, Brad and I continued to work together quite often in many different scenarios, but most of all, Brad and I spent a lot of time sitting around talking about how we could never hold a relationship together for the life of us. Basically, it was like we thought we were completely insane and we were going to be alone forever. Because our relationships they just blow up into supreme nonsense. And this went on for many, many years. So,
That they did. It's still going on for some of us.
This special girl came along, and all of a sudden, it was just me complaining about my relationship, sorry. first met Jessica, I knew that something was different right from the get-go. And she's just always so calm and easygoing, and everything is just good all the time. So it's been a great pleasure for me to get to know Jessica, and I hope that I can get to know her even better in years to come. So, I'm getting close to the end here. I'm sure most of us know that Brad really likes to express himself and make his viewpoints known publicly, and sometimes in great detail. Many times have gone by where I have literally shaken my head, not fully in disgust, but partly in response to his actions. But I have to say, after years and years of this brash, articulate behavior, I have really come to respect Brad and honor his fine commitment to expression. It's hard to commit to something year after year after year, and I have witnessed Brad's powerful stamina firsthand. So, Jessica, this should come as great comfort to you. Brad really knows how to commit, and it's going to be hard for you to ever get rid of it. About a half a year ago, I found out Brad and Jessica were going to get married from an email Brad sent me, and I remember it vividly. I was out on the road in a hotel room somewhere, and I got this email, and I literally started tearing up instantly. I couldn't believe what I was reading, and I had very euphoric feelings, and it was also a great relief. So I couldn't be happier for both of you, and thanks for being my friend, and congratulations, and I love you guys, and have a good time in Mexico, and yeah, cheers to Brad and Jessica.